Did you know Elvis Presley died of constipation on a toilet? Okay, it was a little more complicated than that. He had some heart problems, but the point here is constipation is just not inconvenient. It can be downright disturbingly dangerous. You're feeling bloated, constipated, do you have bad breath? Maybe you just have a lack of energy. Constipation could be the whole culprit. Join me and we will explore the ins and outs of constipation in these video clips. You might be curious to know that if you're not going to the bathroom having two bowel movements a day, you're probably constipated. If you're having one, you're mildly constipated. If you're having none, well, you're definitely constipated. I ask people, hey, are you regular? Because that's my job, to ask people what their body's doing. And people are like, yeah, I go to the bathroom every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. And I'm like, that is extraordinarily regular. You need to be more regular. Every day, twice a day. What are the symptoms of constipation? Gas, bloating, abdominal cramping, dull pressure in the abdomen, headaches, irritability, mood swings, fatigue, brain fog, back pain, pelvic tension, straining or pain when going to the pate, or dry pellet like stools. Not good, not fun. Did you know somebody once asked Elon Musk? No, nobody asked Elon Musk about constipation. That's why I'm here talking to you about constipation. Did you know when you're constipated and gas cannot go out of the body, it reabsorbs into the bloodstream? That gas goes in the bloodstream and then exhaled through your lungs. And guess what that smells like? It ain't flowers, folks. Constipation comes with bad breath for a lot of people. You can go brush your teeth, you can scrub your tongue, and you may have real good oral hygiene, but guess what? The gases are being processed through the lungs and then they're coming out. So it's not true that you burp farts. It doesn't happen. But when you're not able to pass gas and those are not leaving, then they have to go somewhere, and your body produces gas through digestion and microbiome activity. It's going to go out your lungs. Constipation gives you headaches because you have an increase in toxins in the body. If you're not eliminating waste, you're reabsorbing waste. Fatigue, headaches, brain fog, muscle tension, muscles won't relax. You rub your back out, you have knots in your back, so you're rubbing those spots out, and then either they come right back or the spot actually moves. That's because of toxicity in the body. We're not eliminating. So another thing that constipation does is it messes up your hormones. And you're like, well, how can constipation mess up your hormones? Well, there's a couple of things here. Your liver processes out toxins. And so if we reabsorb the toxins that go right in your liver processes hormones. You have inactive thyroid that goes to the liver, and then the liver processes it, making it become active. Same thing with testosterone. You recycle testosterone, you activate testosterone, and you get rid of bad estrogens, and you get rid of petroleum and microplastics through some processes in the liver, which those things compete with your hormones. When we see a lot of ladies, maybe they have endometriosis or PCOS, they often are accompanied with constipation. Ladies with bad periods experience a lot of inflammation and get constipation. Now, you might not notice that you have any of these signs as we've described as constipation, but guess what? You've probably moved into it so slowly, or you've been constipated at some level your whole life. You don't even realize what you're experiencing and how much better you could feel. So many times, people just think life is constipation. Our body adapts. Not everybody gets headaches or warning signals, and some of us have higher pain tolerances, and some of us are just really bad at paying attention to our bodies. Some of us are running our bodies with too much caffeine, trying to push and run, and then we're exhausted and we don't have any capacity to even take self-inventory. Okay, so constipation, it's one of the biggest bottlenecks you're going to have in improving your health. If junk can't get out, you're going to be sick at some level. So you may find something that's completely unrelated. Say maybe you have arthritis, but you get rid of the constipation, and the arthritis calms down. You don't have as many flares. It's because toxicity is reduced. One of the great things about our body is once we give it what it needs, it will want to get right back on track. This isn't a hopeless scenario where you're going to have to be constipated the rest of your life. The reason I say that is because some people do feel like constipation is something that they get stuck in. They get stuck in a rut, they can't get out, they don't know what to do, and they've tried like one thing and that one thing didn't work, and they move to another and they try that other thing and it didn't work. When maybe we're needing to look at a little bit of a multifaceted issue with maybe 1 or 2 or 3 supplements to help things get going. I've got some advice for you. We're going to cover a little bit further on, but next we'll talk about what happens if you don't do anything about it, like long term, and it's more than just your gut. That's an interesting thing. Maybe you're going to notice some of these things in not just you, but in your children. So check it out. I don't care how high efficiency you are. You don't run on garbage. And if you ain't getting it out, you're running on garbage.